It's the grandson of Right Thought. Why do we insist on hurting ourselves to hurt other people? Because we think that we're hurting somebody else. When in actuality, we're actually hurting ourselves. That old way that we learned in our fears and our pain, that immature way of living, that by hurting myself, I'm going to hurt somebody else, we have to put those childish things away. But how many of you are willing to today? Y'all still trying to get even? Because you're the righteous judge, right? You know what's going to balance the scales. So I'll do this and that'll make the scales balanced. I'll feel better. So now you've become the judge. So what happens when you are the one that trespasses? Is that what you want done to you? The hurting somebody to make you feel better? Do you want somebody to hurt you to make themselves feel better? Because that's what's going to come. But in that moment, it makes us feel better because we've done some evil. We've done some wickedness. And that releases what? Our fears. Because that's all it is. Fears of insecurities that we have within ourselves that we feed with the sin. We feed that demonic energy with that stupid shit we do to hurt other people. We're actually feeding the fears and insecurities that we have within ourselves. Because if our objective when we do an act is to hurt somebody, then we automatically hurt ourselves. You see? Because that was the intention of our heart when we did the thing we did. Remember, the Most High ain't looking at the thing you did. He's looking at your heart. Why'd you do it? A lot of people do a lot of horrible things, but that may not have been the intention of why they did it. They were trying to do something else and maybe that happened. But the Most High, he's saying, you meant to do that? You were trying to produce that result, that pain in somebody's life? That was your intention of the action that you did, was to cause pain. Okay, well, I'm the righteous judge, so I'm going to balance the scales. You see how that works? Not imbalance them. See, because when we do it, when we try to do something to balance scales, we put more iniquity because we're not the righteous judge. We may have thought that we did. Well, they did this to me, so I'll do this to get back at them. Maybe that's not equal. You see, the thing that you're doing back. Maybe it's not equal to the thing that was done to you. So now you've caused iniquity. Now it's got to come back on your ass now. These are God's ways, not ours. These are not our property. These universal laws that he's created, they're not our property. To stand on them and say that we're the ones that are going to control this now. We're going to control what goes on the earth according to these laws now. No, you have to come in harmony with what's already been put there. But that takes humility. That takes willingness to submit to the Most High. But when we're in that state of mind where we want to do harm, where we want to do harm, we're not submitting to the Most High. And we know it. We could be told it and still don't give a damn. That's when you're in the worst case scenario. See? Because now you don't even have respect for Abba Yah, your creator. And once you've lost respect for him, then you've lost respect for all, including yourself. You can't respect yourself and disrespect the Most High creator. I am. That sound right to you? But that's what we're dealing with today. Bitterness in our own hearts, fears, insecurities. Instead of just hashing them out and talking to each other, remembering about the scales that we're dealing with when we deal with other people, by what measure we meet, it would be measured unto us again. Are we thinking about that when we're actually communicating with each other, or are we just going off our fears? And then taking the reins of judgment in our hand and saying, well, I'm going to do this and do this and do this to get back at that person so that they can feel the shit I'm feeling. That's what God said do with your life. That's what he said do. No, actually, he said the opposite. To not render evil for evil, but render good for evil. Transmute that shit. Nope. I'm going to do the devil's will. Well, that's your choice. So don't complain when that shit comes back on you. Because you can't see everything. That's why you need to be humble. You see? because you don't know all the facts. You don't know all the things that are going on. So you make a move thinking you're paying somebody back, and you were wrong the whole time. So what happens when it's time for you to get paid back? Y'all not thinking about these things today? Especially now, where we at in this journey on the clock. Y'all ain't thinking about that kind of stuff. Y'all are not making yourselves ready for the Most High. Y'all not making yourselves presentable to Him. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Because now's the time. Now's the time to rise in that vibration and to be the one to decide about what you're going to do today. Are you going to hurt yourself? Because like I said in the beginning, that's all you're doing. You're not actually hurting other people when you do evil. You're just hurting yourself. And a lot of times people do that because they feel like they deserve it. Well, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. And even if I'm wrong, I don't even care if I'm wrong. So what? They think that's pleasing to the Most High. Come on, man. We're supposed to strive to be better, to be perfected, to be pleasing to the Most High, not to run from it, to run toward the adversary and to be more like him and to strut around with pride in our heart, because the Most High is going to crack your ass. He's going to humble you in a way that no man can. He's going to hurt you in ways that you can't even understand, because he hates a proud look. He hates when we walk around thinking we're him and that we can tell other people what the fuck is going to go on around here and that we're never wrong and we never have to apologize and we're all going to pay everybody back for everything they did to us. We're going to be the one to pay to recompense everybody. Yeah, right. Humble yourself before you meet a great fall today. But that's hard for people to hear when they're in their pride, ain't it? They want to do wrong. So that's your decision tonight. Then you shall reap the payment for those decisions.